Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Shrine of Anubis. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back, and nice to see you again. So, it's a very rainy day today in Florida. So, I am feeling bundled up and super cozy today. But I want to address something equally warming for some of you out there, but not so much for others out there. And yes, this is a reference to rum. Which brings me to the topic for today's video. Should you offer alcohol if you are recovering or simply are a non-drinker like myself? So, this question actually came through during one of my very rare and spontaneous meditations because I tell you to meditate, but I don't meditate myself. So, uh, that's just me. However, during one of these moments of silence, I was hit with that question. And so I started to think about it and I became curious to explore this perspective because obviously there are a lot of people out there who struggle with alcohol issues. Some of them are actually recovering. So, from these people, there are some of them who have some sort of pagan path or spiritual path or what have you, where some of them take a shot of water every time I say the word some. There are some people, I just said it again. I'm so done. Anyways, there are people out there who have a spiritual path, who have a connection to a god, goddess, gods, or goddesses. There may be offerings involved. Now, for some of these gods and goddesses, depending on the pantheon, there are stories, there are suggestions for offerings on them and for them and how to go on about it and such. However, let's go beyond the information that we read in the books and on the internet, on academic sources and such. Let's go beyond what they say. Let's go beyond the noise. What happens if the god that you work with or goddess or multiple ones requires quote unquote alcohol, but you are recovering or are a non-drinker? What do you do? Do you still offer alcohol or not? During my meditation, I concluded that since the gods and the goddesses see beyond, they can see your struggles. Therefore, they will not guilt trip you into offering them alcohol. They will not threaten to abandon you if you don't offer them alcohol. They won't get mad at you for not offering them alcohol, especially if you can't afford it, first of all, because money is a big issue besides drinking excessively. Second, if you simply don't drink. Third, if you have issues with alcohol, remember, these are beings who are beyond this physical reality. They are not like your problematic uncle who doesn't understand when you say no to him or when you tell him to stop doing something or that you can't do something and he gives you shit for it. We're talking about literal beings who see beyond our crap, our issues, and what we need to work on within ourselves in our life. So, to summarize this question, because I kind of want to make it easy to understand without being long-winded. I know I can be sometimes too talkative. So, to summarize the points within this question, you are not obligated to offer alcohol if you are recovering or are a non drinker, or you can't afford alcohol, especially if you are a minor. You're not supposed to offer alcohol if you're a minor. So, that's it in a nutshell, what I wanted to cover in this question regarding offerings involving alcohol. So, the second part I want to bring up to you is that there are so many alternatives out there to alcohol that you don't even have to even think about offering alcohol. I know that for one, Anubis will not get pissed off with you if you don't offer him whiskey, rum, beer, what have you, whatever he is telling you to offer him. If you can't, talk it out with him. Let him know. Believe it or not, I know Anubis looks intimidating, but he is actually very gentle, very kind, very loving, and respectful. He never is going to cross a boundary of yours for a negative reason. And the reason why I paused here and said a negative reason is because there will be times when Anubis will cross some sort of line. If he sees that you are going towards a path that is actually going to cause you harm. So if he does cross a line, it may be to actually intervene to help you, to prevent you from fucking up on something, like how it's happened to me. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Don't mind me. But to summarize this second part, talk it out with Anubis for replacements. If you can't offer him alcohol, be clear with him as to why. I am a minor. I can't purchase alcohol. I don't drink. I don't like to drink. If you consume the offerings, of course, because there are people out there who may just leave the offerings and not consume them, and that's totally fine. But if you do consume offerings and you don't drink alcohol, or if you are recovering from alcohol, talk it out with Anubis and say why you can't offer him this if he's asking you to, and then come up with an alternative. There are so many options out there of things that you can offer drink-wise, such as water, cranberry juice. The reason why I laugh is because I have offered cran-grape juice actually before. And I have also offered this brand is not very popular. There is this brand in Target that's called Bolt House, and there is this what was it, pomegranate juice with, like, I don't know if it was strawberries or something in it or whatever. I've offered him that juice before, and Hades as well. And I've also offered the berry boost flavor from Bolt House. And that was like, what, 7 years ago? So I was like, what, 20 something? Yeah, I was about 20 years old perhaps, because I don't really like alcohol. I am not really a drinker myself, although right now at 27, I am kind of getting into drinking a little bit. Just the White Claws, which are just like hard seltzer, like spiked water or whatever. I don't know. Something that these kids are drinking these days, whatever. But I used to offer juice back in the day, and up until like recently, not too long ago actually, that I would offer them juice because I don't drink. Sometimes I would steal a little bit of wine from my mom to offer them. Anubis let me know very clearly that he hates wine, at least with me. I'm not sure about you. But he has responded positively to Blue Moon beer with a tangerine peel, which was an abomination for me. I absolutely hated that beer, but he seemed to enjoy it. And I actually offered him a White Claw. This sounds so cheesy. In raspberry flavor, which is my favorite flavor, that was my first beer offering, quote unquote beer. And he actually really liked it. Then I moved on to the Blue Moon beer, an actual beer. He also seemed to really liked it as well. And now I have moved on to rum. Uh, the title, not a title, but the name of the brand is Bacardi, which is a Puerto Rican brand, I believe, if I am not mistaken. So it's a piece of my country, so to speak. And he has really enjoyed the rum, although rums have a higher percentage of alcohol. So, of course, it's going to evaporate much faster than beer. So, you will have to play around and see if how the energies in your altar feel like when you make an offering. So, one, I know it's evaporating faster due to the 40% alcohol in it. But second, the altar feels balanced and feels, I wouldn't say neutral because it feels good. It feels positive. It feels nice. So I would say, yes, it's the evaporation, but also I do feel that vibration of joy, of enjoyment, of consuming something in a joyful way. So you have to really exercise your intuition when you stare at your altar or your statue or your little corner. Because I don't know about you, but my altar is literally on top of my, I wouldn't say vanity because I don't have like a big ass mirror behind it. It's just like the drawers below it. So my altar is on top of it. So they are literally next to my underwear. They are protecting my underwear. I mean, you never know. I mean, I live on a third floor, but you never know if someone might break in, steal my panties or something. So they're there protecting my underwear and my clothes. Goodness gracious. But I digress from the topic. So going back to the original topic. Anyways, yes, if you are recovering from alcohol or if you don't drink, do not feel obligated to make an alcoholic offering. That includes beer, that includes hard seltzer, water, even if it's a very tiny percentage, it's still, it's still alcohol. And just stay away from it. There's like a million other options out there that you can do and choose from, even water. It can't get more simple than that. If I can speak correctly right now. If you are recovering or are a non-drinker, offer water. But talk it out, let them know why. Although they already know, but again, it's about that communication, that interaction, that connection, that bond that you have with them, and develop that bond, that connection, that interaction. Yeah, they know stuff, but they like it when you talk to them, acknowledge their existence, and, hit them up like, what's poppin', Anubis? Like, my day was shit, but, it's all good now. I'm gonna offer you this, but I won't drink it because blank. In my case, when I offered him rum, before offering it, I was already taking shots. So I dedicated him the bottle, but I started to take shots, 1 shot per night. And I think it was for 3 nights. But I started to perceive in my altar this energy, this conflictive energy. And I could perceive him disagreeing with me drinking his rum. formally offering him his rum. So on the second night, I received that message of him, like, I don't want to see you drinking rum. It's too rough for you. So I accepted the message. I said, okay, but the third night, which was on the next night, I broke that rule. I took a shot of rum, a larger one, and it made me feel sick to my stomach. I felt like poop, like a big poop. I don't know. I don't know how to even explain it. It was very immediate. It happened as soon as I took that shot on that third night. After he warned me the night before, I immediately felt sick to my stomach, literally. I felt like I was about to throw up. I felt lightheaded, and I felt like a very weird knot right above my stomach. It was very strange. It did not happen the first two times. Although, of course, if I took a larger amount that night, of course, I was going to feel like shit, especially being my first time consuming rum. He warned me, and I broke that promise or boundary that he put in place for me. And I felt that that scolding after I put the shot, like the glass down. I immediately felt that I was being scolded and being taught a lesson. So ever since then, I was like, I'll listen to you next time, but please, I don't want to die yet. I'm young. I haven't gotten married. Like, I've never had a boyfriend. Please don't take me. I get dramatic sometimes. So I was like, I don't want to die. Oh my God, I don't want to throw up. Holy crap, I'm never going to do it again. Blah, 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 blah. The typical drama after you go against what they tell you. Here comes the regrets. Oh my gosh. So if you are recovering or are a non-drinker, you don't have to offer alcohol. You're not obligated to, and you're actually discouraged from doing so. So don't be like me. Go look for alternatives, especially if you're going to be consuming them. Although, especially if you are recovering, I would still not recommend that you leave alcoholic offerings in your altar, even if you do not plan on consuming them. I feel that you shouldn't be exposed to it if you are recovering yourself. Even if you don't consume the offering, you are still exposing yourself to it. So don't do that to yourself. Go with water, the bottled water that you drink from. You can share it with them because it's the one that you're drinking for yourself. Offer them juice. Try it out. See if they like cran-grape juice. I laugh because it reminds me of me so much, and how naive and I was like back then. But they didn't really mind. They actually were very accepting of the offerings because they knew that that was all I had and that I was not a drinker, so they didn't really mind. So as long as you're clear with them and let them know, even though they know, but again, that communication, interaction, bond, they're gonna be understanding. And now that I'm getting something from him, they might even guide you to an alternative that you can offer them. Not necessarily something to drink, but maybe something to eat or tobacco or something else. They can claim other things besides food and drinks. So that pretty necklace that you're wearing or that bracelet that you're wearing as well, Anubis might want to have it for himself. So tune in and see what kind of information you get and receive from them. So, I believe I was able to cover the points that I wanted to cover in today's video. Let me know down below in the comments section, what do you think about this video? Do you agree? Do you drink alcohol or not? Or are you recovering? Do you offer alcohol drinks even though you're recovering or are a non-drinker? Let me know. I really want to know your perspective on this. If you do enjoy alcohol, but you don't have issues with it, what kind of alcohol do you offer? Let me know. I really want to listen from you and see what you got. What you got there to share with me. So before I let you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell button, and click on see all so that you get all the notifications of any future uploads that I'll be making on this channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye!